everybody. Welcome to Belvidere's TubaChristmas. We're so excited that all of you are here. As you can see, we decided to be inside rather than being outside. I hope you don't mind. I know the players didn't mind. So if it was like 10 degrees warmer, maybe, you know, but we figured that our fingers would freeze, and so is yours. So anyway, our first selection was the wassailing song to bring you good tidings and good health. So I'm glad to see all of you are here. I always joke that if you ever watched, probably about 30 some years ago, the Claymation Christmas, it was about we come a waffling, or we come a wandering, or come a wandering, or a waddling, and those kind of things. So I always joke about that. Our next selections that we have for you is Deck the Halls, which is a Welsh tradition Yuletide Christmas carol. And we have the traditional English folk song, Green Sleeves. They are in your bulletin if you want to sing along with us. It'll be number 3 and number 27. So I believe I numbered them right if I did. So they're in there for you. Our first one is Deck the Halls. By all means, sing along with us. We love to hear you sing. Ready? Deck the Halls. Right on it. What child is this? Let me see. I renumbered them wrong. See this one? Well, if you know the words to that one. That's what you do it for doing it at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Here we go. Ready? And... wonderfully?
Yes.
Yes. So a little bit of thing, if you don't know what a TubaChristmas is, TubaChristmas, we actually just got together, just rehearsed at 3 o'clock. Yes, I know, it's 4 o'clock. And we got together just to play for you for this concert. The folks up here are all people who play in TubaChristmases. They happen all over the country and also internationally. It was created by a gentleman by the name of Harvey Phillips. Harvey Phillips was a tuba player who did a lot of things with Santa. He had these tuba Santas, he would call them, and then he started this as pay homage to his teacher, William Bell. And he was born on Christmas Day. So it ends up being a tradition, and like most of you, and I see a lot of familiar faces I see here all the time, it's become a tradition to play Christmas music and be together and enjoy. So our next two selections we have for you is the first Noel, which is an English folk song. Noel coming from the French word Noel meaning Christmas. And then our number 4, English carol referring to Charles Dickens' Christmas carol, that is. So 5, then 4. All right, so first Noel.
Thank
selections for you is actually tells a story of good King Wenceslas, who during the harsh winter weather, we'll just point that out, harsh winter weather, to give alms to a poor peasant on a feast of Stephen. And it's a piece entitled Good King Wenceslas, which is number 6 in your book. And then the next one is not in your book, and that one is called Bring a Torch, Jeanette. Isabella, which is a traditional French Christmas song, which there's someone in the audience I know who'd want that, and I'm not going to say who, but she's already smiling. Selections we have for you. I'm sure you know the Christ Triumphant Return, as we call it, Joy to the World, which is number 14, and that'll be in your songbook. And then also number 16, which is a Christmas carol that describes the shepherds with the words of an Irish hymnist, Nathan Tate, who entitled the poem, While Shepherds Watch Their Flocks by Night. And that is number 16. That's the music teacher in me. What you're seeing up front, I thought I'll point out some of the instruments that you're seeing. These are all low brass instruments, meaning low brass being the low on the totem pole and pitch level. Obviously tuba, called TubaChristmas, always plays kind of the harmony underneath, and it's nice because today, you're actually hearing the music with them playing the melody, with the tubas playing the melody. And then also up front we have some euphoniums here too as well, and they play kind of on the level of a trombone. But I'll point out some of the instruments. We have a sousaphone right there. You want to wave? So everybody knows the sousaphone being carried out in the football field. John Philip Sousa was a big advocate for that, hence why it's called sousaphone. Used a lot of marching bands today. And then we have some kind of concert tubas. We'll go right next to Ryan, just sitting there all kind of glowing. Kind of a concert tuba sound going on. Then we have a smaller little tuba. Do you want to show off your little tuba? Kind of a travel tuba. Yeah, so they're kind of big, but you see all the wrapping of all the tubes in there, needed all those tubes to make the lower pitches. So remember, the longer the tube, the lower the notes, all right? So you can go in that direction. And then we have two instruments up here called the euphonium or the baritone. I'm going to show you the baritone first for you. That's a typical stand-up baritone. It's what we call cylindrical, meaning that it's, if you can see, if you don't mind, you can see on here the tubes are all the same until the end, and it flares out. So a lot of people say it's like a trombone. It's very, very tight kind of sounding, but it does have a nice mellow sound to it, I should say. And then we have the euphonium, which is a little bit different, and if you don't mind me showing here, is what they call conical. And what that means is that has more of a mellow sound to it. So not so tightly wrapped tubes, kind of comes up and opens up, and that's the instrument I play. A lot of people call it the cello of the orchestra because it has such a nice, gorgeous sound. And then last but not least, which ended in the, I think, 40s, 50s, if I'm not mistaken, when show off, we have what we call a double bell euphonium or double bell baritone. You can see there's two bells there. I hate putting you on the spot. Do you want to play the big bell and then the small bell? So here's the big bell, and there's the small bell. So kind of two different sounds. They made them so that if you wanted a more trombone sound, you would use the small bell, and then if you wanted more the rounder sound, you would use the bigger bell. Funny though that they didn't really survive that much because the two bells went out of tune. And a lot of people, believe it or not, just put things in them, including servicemen would put their gloves in there. So they got rid of the bells eventually, but they are a neat instrument, especially if you want to solo on them. You can kind of, I don't know if you've done it yet or not, try to play some solos with each other. I've been brave. Duet with yourself, that's right. Yeah, it's fun. It's hard, but it's fun. So our next two selections is number 19, which is a mid-19th century translation that states, God will give Israel a sign that will be called, O come, Emmanuel. And then we're going to jump to number 1 on your songbook, which is originally written in Latin as O come all ye faithful are. And we'll do those two selections for you guys. Our next selection, I'm sure that you will know, originally a German song, O Tannenbaum, or O Christmas Tree, number 24. And then Hark the Herald Angels Sing, which is number 26 after that, which was originally written by Felix Mendelssohn, not for a Christmas tune, but the melody was actually for the 400th anniversary of the Gutenberg printing press, excuse me. So it was then kind of turned into more of a Christmas tune. So just a little fun fact about that. But we'll start with number 24, O Christmas Tree. So I thought we'd take a little time and just ask some of these folks, and I want you to think, I didn't prep them for this, but I wanted to see if you remember the first TubaChristmas that you went to, what year it was. But think about the first year, and let's see, I know for me it was 2001, but anybody lower than that, I guess?
Oh, earlier than that?
Earlier than that, sorry.
It was 86 or 87.
86? Okay, do you remember where the first one it was?
It was in Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York? Okay, very nice. Good. Do you remember?
Me? I've been doing this, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, maybe?
3 or 4 years? Okay, great. Okay. So this one, anybody else? Kind of the earliest, first two Christmas?
My first one was 2014 in Princeton.
Princeton? Okay, yeah, Princeton has one. All right, and then if you don't remember the years, any particular other places you've gone for TubaChristmas? Other than I know we also run the Easton, Pennsylvania one, but Morristown. Anybody else gone to a different TubaChristmas? State College is on one, yeah, Pennsylvania. Lafayette, Louisiana. Wow.
Rockefeller Center?
Yeah, no Rockefeller. You going to Rockefeller Center?
Yeah, I started going there in 2013, Rockefeller Center.
2013? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so actually, I did the Rockefeller Center one. I know that's the biggest one, and I think they moved it now, but think about these instruments times like 30, because we'll have about 200 or 300, sometimes 400 on there, and they put you on the ice. Is where they put you. Put some carpets down, but carrying these big instruments. But then I know this is your first TubaChristmas, right?
First.
So give her a round of applause. I forget your name. We're going to give you something at the end for being your first one. So, all right. So awesome. Our next selection is number 9. It came upon a midnight clear, which was written on Bethlehem, and it has to do with the issues of war and peace. And then the next selection is 28, which is not on your song sheet, but this one I wanted to play, which is Carol of the Bells. It's a Ukrainian Christmas carol, and not to bring up, we want to kind of forget all that kind of stuff, not forget, but not think about all those things. But I wanted to bring up that, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world, especially in Ukraine, and we want to wish peace across the, across the world. So that's why I'm going to play that next one for you, Carol of the Bells. But first we're going to play number 9, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. Heard on High, which is number 17. The song obviously commemorates the story of the birth of Jesus Christ. And then we're also going to play for you the African American spiritual song combined by John Wesley, dating back into 1865, which is a titlement called Go Tell It on the Mountain, which should be number 7 in your book. But 17 first, then 7. So this one will be twice. Go down for second inning, go to the top, first and second inning. Okay? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. part of TubaChristmas is decorating, and we have two folks that did decorate their instruments. So I thought I'd bring them out to show. Stand up, Ryan. So Ryan decorated with a little bit of lights there. So Ryan in the front. And I can assure you, you see the beacon over there. Our next selections that we have for you, obviously they've all been Christmas carols, but we're going to jump in a little bit more into the what about tonight is all about, right? Being Christmas Eve. Our next selection we have for you is We Three Kings, which is number 15. And then also we have about our Palestinian city of Bethlehem, not Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, but a little town of Bethlehem, which is number 10. So 15, then number 10. Manger, which is number 25, and of course, Silent Night, which I always like to bring out, number 11. This piece was written in 1818, and on that date, it wasn't performed by an organ. The organ was broke down a little bit before that and was actually performed on guitar. So I always like to point that out, the first time Silent Night came to nutrition. So 25, Away in the Manger, and then of course, Silent Night, number 11. So, unfortunately, we're getting to the end of this already. I know it's like, you think about this, you plan it, and it's, If I could, I just want to acknowledge that, and I know that we were inside. I think the last time we were inside, I think we had a quartet of tuba euphonium players, just because, again, these folks come out just to volunteer to be here this evening to play. So it's nice that we're inside and we have such a big group. So could you give them a round of applause? Players, when I'm sitting out there and was trying to redirect people in here, and I got emails today, everybody's become part of tradition to come here, and I think that's something special to say, and I thank all of you for being here, and especially coming out in the cold, and I hope my gift to you was that we were not outside in the cold, but inside. But if we could have all the performers give you a round of applause for coming and being here with us. Our next selection for you is a very favorite, number 33 in your songbook, Jingle Bells, and has a little bit of a march in it. I'll see if anybody, I always ask this question, see if you remember every year, not the players, but see if you know what the march is that's in the middle of this, and enjoy singing, and I want to hear it loudly as we ride along with Fannie Mae, as I say. 33, Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow. Let's hear it. One-horse open sleigh. Yeah. As we go, laughing all the way. Enjoys us playing in front of the building. Obviously, we didn't do that today, but they're always very helpful with that. And also, Belvidere United Methodist Church for letting us be here for rehearsal. And now, being out of the weather. So we give them a round of applause. I have one last selection for you. We wish you a Merry Tuba Christmas. And I want to say that this one is for carolers to bring the tiding of the season and to the New Year's and to have that figgy pudding. So I don't know if you have that or not, or any kind of treats, but I hope you enjoyed tonight, and we're going to play for you. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Tuba Christmas. Okay, you know what to do. If you're new, you'll figure it out. Ready? Merry Christmas.